Hello and welcome to the Reaching Home Community Homelessness Report What's New for 2023-24 webcast for the Homelessness Policy Directorate's e-course on the Community Homelessness Report, which we refer to as the CHR. This webcast provides training for our community entities about the CHR for the 2023-24 reporting cycle. This training webcast will provide an overview of what is new for the 2023-24 CHR reporting cycle. Based on feedback and analysis of CHRs from past reporting cycles, several changes were made for this year. First, in Section 1, more guidance is offered about meaningful collaboration with Indigenous partners. More specifically, questions about the level of collaboration that has or will take place were clarified. And communities are now asked to reflect on collaboration in relation to specific activities in questions 1.4b and 1.5b. Next, in Section 2, questions used to self-assess progress with meeting coordinated access and HMIS minimum requirements under the 2019-2024 Reaching Home funding cycle were clarified. Additionally, in Section 2, communities are now invited to further reflect on their coordinated access system and on the use of their HMIS. More specifically, new sub-questions expand on the minimum coordinated access and HMIS requirements, with additional guidance provided to prompt further reflection. Of note, these new sub-questions are not used to assess progress with meeting minimum requirements for the 2019 to 2024 funding cycle. The system mapping question was revised and moved from Section 3 to Section 2, and a new question was added about service navigation and case conferencing. In Section 3 and Section 4, the term person-specific data is introduced. This reflects a shift from focusing solely on data used in the context of coordinated access, or in other words, using a unique identifier list to fill vacancies, to also focusing on using data to prevent and reduce homelessness more broadly. Section 3 was reorganized into two parts. Part A, which includes questions about the minimum requirement to transition to an outcomes-based approach, and Part B, which includes additional questions about the community's person-specific data. Additionally, reflecting on the various data sources about homelessness as part of the self-assessment of data comprehensiveness is now mandatory, and new questions were added to Part B to prompt communities to reflect further on their data. In Section 4, more guidance is offered about reporting and using outcome data. Communities now are asked about data quality and using their person-specific data to drive the prevention and reduction of homelessness in Question 4.0. The context questions for each outcome were clarified, and communities can now choose to report month-to-month data for one or more of the core Reaching Home outcomes in Section 4C. You can find this list of all these changes to the 2023-24 CHR reporting cycle on page 5 of the CHR reference guide. In addition to revisions to the reference guide and CHR questions, two new tools were created to further support you with completing your CHR. First, a document called Examples of Clear and Complete CHR Responses was developed. It provides examples of responses for some CHR questions designed to help CEs develop clear and complete responses for their CHR. Second, a new tip sheet called Outcome Reporting under Reaching Home, Baselines, Targets, and Tracking Progress at the Community Level explains the purpose of baselines, setting targets, and tracking progress through outcome reporting. These new tools can be found on the CHR Reporting Tools e-course on the Homelessness Learning Hub. That concludes this session. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this webcast.